Howdy, folks. I am Christian.
And I'm Christian.
Welcome to the Christian Squared podcast. Want to welcome everyone who decides to tune in. I just want to give you all just a little bit of a rundown on what we're looking at kind of getting from this podcast for you guys. Today is going to be a shorter segment just to kind of go over what we are about as the Christian Squared podcast, what's going to make us different, and how long Christian and I have known each other, kind of what led into our podcast dream that we both have.
So. And pretty much our goals, that's pretty much our agenda, is our goals, what we want to see like in the future, how long me and him know each other, and what makes us different, what we want to see in the future for ourselves with going forward with this, and pretty much just giving you guys a breakdown of what Christian Squared is.
Yeah, I think a good way to kick that off is, what got you into wanting to do a podcast, Christian?
Just listening to the radio and watching other podcasts, like we talked about. Like I've watched so many people, and just listening to the radio, just pretty much something clicked in my head, and I was like, wow, this is something I want to do, and this is something that I'm passionate about doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, I'm going to do this. And I found the person that actually wants to do a podcast with me.
Yeah, and the best part about it is, is how many podcast hosts do you guys know of? Because I know personally I don't know any podcast who have hosts with the same name.
I don't either.
I grew up, watching talk shows and things like that. And so getting to know kind of how talk shows went, prime example is watching the girls during noon every day, Sharon Osbourne and her ladies talking, an hour or two a day. My grandma was a big fan of their talk shows, so sitting there and watching them all day kind of made me want to do that talk show aspect.
Yeah.
And then I saw how the world has changed, with the Freddie Show, the Joe Rogan podcast, Neil deGrasse Tyson, the You Should Know podcast.
Yep.
Just seeing those guys, even Stiff Socks with Alex, the comedians.
The Nelk Boys podcast.
Exactly.
Like all those podcasts,
It's always something that, now that I've seen that, I realize that I don't have to do everything TV wise.
Yeah.
Being able to come home, after a long day of working and being able to just talk.
Yeah.
It's kind of been a big goal. So, sitting here talking with one of my closest friends is still surreal to me.
Oh, it is to me too.
It's been, 7 years since we've known each other now.
Yeah.
Ever since I met my wife.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember a time when I didn't see you guys, having the hour-long drive to go see her, and then to see you guys it's just been some of my greatest memories. Is just being with everyone.
I agree.
Spending time with my wife and all of her friends, and getting to kind of meld into the group. Getting to know everybody's been life-changing for me. So.
And ever since we've known each other, we've always talked about doing a podcast, and just now actually starting one it's like you said, it's unreal. This is crazy. Like, this is like a dream, kind of a dream come true.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, and I've had 3 dreams, kind of that were my main focus point in my life was, talk show, cars, and trucking, and now that I've got 2 of those 3 dreams, my last one's a little time down the road and get my dream car, but I'm a little more focused on kind of entertaining the people and seeing what the people are about, kind of putting my foot out into the world to show everyone that you don't got to be from the big states, the highly populated areas, just to create a fun time,
Yeah.
We're from the big sky, Montana, not many people know much about this state, so being able to give people a peek into our lives it's amazing.
We're a big state, but we got small population. But it's just cool to see something come from like our state, like you said, and like Texas, California, all those bigger states like Florida. They have all those different types of big people, big populations.
Big creators.
Yeah,
I think
creators.
back 8-9 years ago, I was doing research. There was one person from our state that I found personally that was a big content creator, and all he did was he was a game creator, not a creator but a player. So he created content on YouTube, and he posted. He did playthroughs and stuff. He was pretty big. I think when I looked, he had 200,000-300,000 subscribers. I can't remember the name, unfortunately. It's been so long since I've looked, but yeah, he was one of the big people from the state. Other than that, I don't know too many.
Okay.
All these other creators are from the bigger places, high populations and things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that's what makes us a little bit different. Is we're from the smaller population, back roads, trucks, livestock farming, that kind of thing. There's not many people I know.
No, not me either.
That do that from our state.
Yeah.
So to be able to give that portion of us to other people to hopefully kind of let them see what we have to kind of help create another perspective is just amazing.
So what kind of made you want to get into a podcast? Like, explain to me why you wanted to get in this with me. Because I know for me, like I said, it was something that clicked in my head, just listening to the radio and just that kind of thing was just kind of hit me. It was like, wow, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to pursue it.
I've always been wanted to be an online presence, whether it be through gaming. I take it very seriously, or streaming in our free time or something like that. This is kind of another way for me to put my foot out there, but be a little more on the realistic side of things, where I can focus and kind of show people what I personally am about. Because a big thing for me is respect.
Yep.
And I've kind of noticed with the younger generation now, not all of them, but like my brother, I've kind of noticed he's kind of still learning it. And so to kind of help instill that, to show, yes, you can have your opinions, but also kind of give respect. You'll give.
It goes both ways.
Exactly. And so to kind of help make that is kind of just a big thing for me, just to grow as a person.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest things for me, is this is kind of going to document my weight loss journey, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
Starting a calorie deficit, hoping to cut back, get down to a little bit of a healthier weight it's kind of be just a good reminder of, how I started, and where I'm going.
That's just so. I agree 100%. That's just like with me, ever since I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I've been on this long journey. I'm almost 26 years old, and I've got a pump now, and I feel 100 times better. All this technology that they're coming out with,
it's changed the world.
Oh,
I'm excited to see how it's gonna change.
100%.
The one thing technology-wise that kind of scares me the most is, like I was telling you, I'm a big car guy.
Yeah.
And so seeing all the electrical cars, I think it's really cool, but it's got me nervous because I'm a big hands-on. I like to learn by doing.
Yeah.
And so with all this electrical stuff, it becomes computer-based. So it's kind of got me a little worried with that aspect, where it's like, how, are there people losing jobs? If I didn't go into podcasting, I wanted to do trucking or mechanic work, and I truck now, but I've still always kind of had an itch in the back of my mind of like, I would love to be a mechanic.
That's fair.
Yes, it's a stressful job, but just to be able to work on cars or come home and build my own dream car is exciting, because I'm a big fan of classic import, 80s, 90s, Toyotas, Mazdas, Mitsubishis. Big fan of the GSX, Eclipse.
Yep.
Evo 8s, the original Supras, not the Mark 4s. Big fan of those still, but I like a little more of the square body classic.
Yeah.
The FDRX7. Those are kind of things that have always kind of piqued my interest, just the creativity involved in it.
Yeah.
And so to be able to show people what I'm about on this portion of it, and then hopefully down the road show people what my creativity looks like in a car, would be just surreal to me.
Yeah.
So I think that's just.
Well, let's talk about
amazing.
Let's talk about a little bit about our kind of our goals. Like, why do people want to tune into Christian Squared podcast? And what I see and why I want you guys to tune in is because we already gave you guys one reason. We're both Christian, You know,
not many hosts share the same name. I'm just gonna point that out there.
Like, I don't see many hosts that have the same name.
So
and
just
like we want to get y'all's feedback on videos or what y'all think about us, what you guys think we should do. I mean, we also have our ideas as well. We want to grow and we want to see how far we can go with this. And I'm just, like I said, I'm excited to start this journey, and my goal is way above my head, and I'm excited to start it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with that. It's like I was saying just a couple seconds ago. The big thing for me is just the imprint I leave on people.
Yep.
I love just to show people that you can be from anywhere and do anything.
Yep.
I know there's a few people here that I grew up with that were big into this, content creation and live streaming and things like that, and a lot of them gave up because being from Montana, there's not much out here to go, and so to be able to hopefully give a good attempt and grow with everyone that tunes in, and with you, and just show everyone that you can do anything.
Oh, 100%.
It's just you got to put your time and the mind into it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's just a good example of kind of like what I'm about. I'd love to see what other people are interested in, to learn the new things, new skills and things like that. I do know down the road, I'd like to do a segment of our hobbies, what got us into those hobbies, and just kind of break down our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Just to show everyone. I think we might do that on the next segment.
I think we will. Yeah.
I'm thinking, we'll probably be doing one a week.
Yeah.
And then depending on how, everything breaks down, or if we have that extra time, maybe a second one.
Yeah.
Just to kind of hopefully give that period of joy.
Yeah.
To everyone, just to be like, oh, there's that new Christian Squared podcast out. Let's tune in and just smile for a little bit.
Yeah, we want to start off slow because we're both not sure how this is going to come out, and if it does come out great, we'll come to 2-3 podcasts a week. Just depending on what you guys want to see, and then like what we want to do, and just pretty much just comes down to that, and we want to do. We have a lot of high expectations. Me and him both.
High expectations I think is good to have, but realistic is a good portion of it. Alrighty, well, I can't remember where we left off. Just kind of the breakdown of what we wanted to get from this, and I think this is
kind of our outro. Our GoPro died on us, or taking little segments.
It's only working in chunks, and so I'm gonna do a little research and hopefully give you guys a little bit of a fuller segment for the next one. But I think it's a good time for us to kind of leave off here and just with you guys, this is all gonna be on YouTube, so please like, comment, subscribe.
Please do, because we will read them all and we'll take into consideration of all of them.
Yeah, leave any comments, concerns, criticism down in the comments. I will attach our business email down in the description. So any ideas, comments, concerns, all that, comment, email it to us. And for those of you who do leave ideas for us to do, I will make sure to feature that comment and the person's idea 100%. Come when we do that that segment. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into the C Squared podcast. And as I said at the beginning, I'm Christian.
And I'm Christian.
And, the Christian Squared podcast is going to sign out for today. So you guys have a good one, and make sure to be nice.